Hey everyone, this video is targeted towards students that are planning on applying to the London School of Economics next year or in the following year, and hopefully it provides some useful advice on how to make a successful application. A little bit about me: I'm currently an undergraduate at the London School of Economics, where I study politics and economics. Why LSE? Before I go on to speak about the application process, I just want to share my experience of studying at LSE and why I believe that you should consider applying to LSE. Firstly, LSE offers a strong and prestigious brand. They are a top Russell Group university and they are ranked second in the world for social sciences, and that in itself is pretty impressive. Secondly, is the international culture of LSE, as you are able to meet students from all across the world, and this provides a diverse culture and a new experience. In my case, I grew up in East London and I attended a state school, so many of my friends grew up in a similar area to myself and we shared similar interests. So, from studying at a state school to then studying at LSE, where I am able to meet students from the other side of the world, was an eye opening experience. Next, location. LSE is based in central London and in the heart of London, as you are surrounded by tourist attractions and international companies, and this is particularly useful if you have a networking event, as you can easily travel from LSE to that specific event. And the same cannot be said with other universities that may be based in the middle of nowhere. Moving on, LSE offers a strong connection with the corporate world, as many LSE graduates go on to work in law, banking, accountancy, and other finance related jobs. Having said that, there are many LSE graduates that go on to work in non finance sectors. However, I do think that LSE has developed a reputation of many of their LSE graduates going on to pursue a career within finance and banking. Therefore, if you are someone that has a strong interest of finance and banking, then LSE is the perfect place for you. Finally, the teachers and the lecturers at LSE have published literature in their respective fields and they are leaders in their subjects. And this makes it quite inspiring and motivating as a student. So, now on to your application. What do you need to do and what do you not do? So, let's jump right in. Results. When I say results, I mean your GCSEs and your AS levels. Your GCSEs have to consist of good grades. In my case, my GCSEs included mainly A's and A stars. I know that the spec has changed now, therefore I would say grades of 7s, 8s and 9s, and somewhere close to that, would be very good. Then onto your AS levels. These are the exams that you will take at the end of year 12. And again, these have to be good grades. In my case, my AS levels were all A's. And I would say that, again, with yourself, make sure that you work hard and that your AS levels are as high as possible, as this will make your application more attractive and it will give you an advantage. Another important point is the high predictions for your A level final grades in year 13. And the way you'll get high predictions is if your AS level exams in year 12 were good, because if you're able to do well in your year 12 exams, that demonstrates that you will be able to perform very good in the future. As well as that, make sure that you perform well in your mock exams in year 13, as this will give your teacher more confidence and they will be more willing to give you a higher prediction. And again, the higher the prediction, the higher the chances of you getting an offer from LSE. The reason why I stress results and exam predictions is because pretty much all of the degrees at LSE are oversubscribed. Therefore, they will filter students depending on their results. So that's why I think that results are highly important in your application. Personal statement. In my opinion, the personal statement is the most important aspect of your application to LSE. Firstly, what is a personal statement? A personal statement is a one-page document stating your interest in the degree, your extracurricular activities, and what is it exactly that makes you a strong applicant. Do not mention anything regarding your preferences of universities. For example, in your personal statement, do not mention that I would love to study at LSE, because that one personal statement is distributed to all 5 of your university applications. Therefore, let's say, for example, that one personal statement will go to Queen Mary, for example. And when Queen Mary read that sentence, they will automatically reject your application. Therefore, make sure that you remain neutral in your personal statement and instead shift your focus towards your degree and just express what is it exactly that you find interesting in your subject. In terms of structure of your personal statement, start off with a short introduction of why you are interested in the subject and what is it exactly that sparked your interest in this degree specifically. Then go into more detail in the following paragraphs. Include any books that you have read, any public lectures that you have attended that are relevant. So in my case, as I studied politics and economics, I started off with a short introduction explaining how I became interested in the two subjects, and then in the following paragraphs, I included books and public lectures that I attended. And the reason why I say to include that is because it demonstrates that you are proactive and that you go out of your way to develop your interest within these subjects. However, the important thing to do is not to just simply name drop any books or public lectures, but to also go into detail about what is it exactly that you found interesting within the books and within the lectures. After you have done that section, then you would move on to the final paragraph, which is regarding extracurricular activities. And this includes volunteering, sports, clubs, literally anything that is non academic related. And this is there to demonstrate that you are more than just someone who spends the whole day studying or reading. Instead, you are someone that has a personality, someone that has a character, and someone that is an all rounder. One thing that I was advised by my college, and I think that is very useful, and that is that you should structure your personal statement in terms of 80% academic and 20% extracurricular. So the very bottom of your personal statement should include a small paragraph on extracurricular activities, and the large chunk of your personal statement should be regarding academic. The reason why I stress the importance of personal statements is because LSE has no interviews whatsoever. Unlike other universities such as Oxford, Cambridge, I'm sure that many other universities such as King's College London, UCL, Queen Mary, Imperial, they also have interviews for specific degrees such as medicine. Whereas with LSE, there are no interviews. Therefore, the person assessing your application only has this one page personal statement in front of them to actually assess what sort of person is this? Is this someone that would be beneficial and suitable to study at LSE? Therefore, I think that the higher quality of your personal statement, the higher your chances of getting an offer from LSE. Subject choice. In my opinion, this is an important factor. I wouldn't say it is as important as the personal statement. Nevertheless, I do believe that it is something you should consider. With subject choice, make sure that your current A levels and the A level combination demonstrates that you have an interest in the degree and that they are relevant to the degree. For example, in my case, my degree of politics and economics, and in year 13 for my A levels, I studied maths, economics, and history. Now, if you break that down, the maths and economics demonstrate my interest in economics. Also, it also demonstrates that I would be able to study economics at degree level, as studying economics at university is a lot more maths heavy than studying economics at college. And then if you move on to history, history, as you know, is a subject which is qualitative, which requires essay planning and essay writing. Therefore, it improves your ability to make an argument and to also write more effectively. And therefore, this demonstrates that I have got the ability to study politics at degree level. And something that was unique to me was that for history, a few of my modules that I studied for history were relevant to politics and it did interlink with politics. Now, on the other hand, if there is a student that studied chemistry, biology, and physics in year 13 for their A levels, and then they choose to apply to study accounting and finance, I think that would be a very weird situation, and it would be quite difficult to justify your sudden change in interest from science to accounting and finance. I don't know if that's ever happened in the past, so I wouldn't rule it out, but I just think that it would make your application a bit more difficult to actually understand what your true interests and motivations are. Final advice. Firstly, do not rush. Spend time thinking about what degree you would like to study, and also think about a couple of universities that you can see yourself studying at in the future. Use year 12 wisely in order to think about these questions. Also, use your summer holidays after year 12 to think about these questions and come to a conclusion. In my case, as I mentioned, I studied economics at college and I absolutely loved studying economics, as weird as that sounds. But the challenge for me was to identify what is it exactly within economics that I found interesting. And after a bit of thought, I was able to discover that I liked learning about the economy and also about the role of the government within the economy. Also, how countries interact with each other in terms of trade. Therefore, I was able to discover that a politics and economics degree was perfect for me. Therefore, I would encourage you to do the same. Think about what A levels you love studying and think about what A levels you hate studying. And hopefully, that should help you to come to a conclusion. Next, drafts. And that refers to your personal statement. The first personal statement that you write will definitely not be perfect. Therefore, you would have to ask help from your teachers, from anyone that has experience, in order for you to improve the quality of your spelling, the grammar, the punctuation, the overall structure of your personal statement. As the better the quality of your personal statement, the higher your chances of getting an offer from LSE. And just on the point of asking for help, even if the questions are not relating to your personal statement, I would still urge you to ask your teacher for help regarding just general university application questions because it is better to get an answer than to just ignore it. And that might lead you to making a silly mistake which could cost you an offer. I guess that ends my video at this stage. I would just like to say that hopefully you found this video helpful and that you were able to get a bit of advice on how to make a successful application to LSE. Good luck on your application. If there are any questions that you would like to ask me regarding the university application process, or if there are any questions regarding LSE in particular, then please ask them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them.